So I've been on the ATV scene since 1989 when my dad bought a Honda 350. Morning, everybody. I'm gonna do 24-hour review on this thing. I've got 24 hours on it now, 600 kilometers, probably I think 5 really good rides on it, so got a good idea what's going on with the machine and how it rides and hopefully how it will last. So join me for a no bullshit BS review. For those of you that know me, I don't lie. I tell the truth, whether it hurts or not, and a lot of times it gets me in trouble, and nobody wants to do business with me, so whatever. I tell the truth for you guys, and that's the way it is, so we'll get started. So I bought this machine this year, start of the summer. It's a 2023 Can-Am Outlander Pro HD7. For those of you that know, the HD7 is a 700. It's a 650 engine with larger cam lobes and a different tune than the 500. It's got I think 53 horsepower, and it's a brand new model, all redesigned apparently. So basically it's a base model. It's listed just under 10,000 Canadian. By the time you get all the fees and everything, it's more like 12.5 out the door. I've upgraded the tires, a little wider, a little tougher. The rims are stock. I just put some black lug nuts on it. I've just added some camera mounts, and I've added a winch. Doesn't come with the winch. I added a 3,200 pound winch, synthetic line. I put some Novsight lights on and some stickers. Really, that's about it. So it's still basically a stock machine. As you can see, the stickers don't stick very good to the tan part. I'm not sure what it is. It's really super shiny, and they stick better to the black. But just have to be careful when spray washing it. You can see the Can-Am's already coming off. That's my tool pack, and that's my extra 5 liters of gas. And this machine just came back from the 20-hour service, so I'm going to take a look at, see what they did, make sure they did what they did. For those of you that don't know, this is stock. This is storage up front. I carry a fin trail jacket and some straps and an extra tow line and a bunch of other little stuff. It's said to be watertight. So far, with rain and splashing water on it, it has been. And when you wash it, it doesn't seem to get any water in there. So far so good. I got an extra belt just in case. And this wheel, there's a lever here that lets it hold up. So it's handy. I like the front storage. And on the rear, this is how it comes. Just set down with you got the link. You can put a box on here, the link accessory box. I find the link stuff kind of expensive for me, but I think it's pretty good stuff. But I'm going to be doing something a little bit different. As you can see, I got the AtV.com sticker on there. because he has a prototype rack that will fit on top of here. It's got the 2 links, and we got mosquitoes, and apparently it's got, I'm not sure how it looks. I'm curious, really curious to get in it, trying it out, but it'll sit on top, it'll lock down, and you unlock it, and it's got some kind of hinge system where you can lift it up and still utilize this area, and then it kind of makes it into another storage, and then you can strap stuff to the rack, whatever. I'm going to try putting a chainsaw holder on it, so I'm excited to see what exactly he sends me for that. That'll be pretty cool. So if you've been following my videos on this, you'll already know how this works, but I'll just show you. Seat comes off, and unlike a typical machine, you would think the battery's here, but it's not. What it is terminals for the battery. So you got a big tall accessory terminals, so you don't have to worry about trying to fit the little screw in again. And the battery lines go back, and right there over top of the rear wheel, that is the battery box. It's in a sealed box. It's got a couple push pins. I haven't opened it. Eventually I will. But that seems like a pretty good setup, especially for adding accessories. And then all you do is you flip this lever here, pop that off, and there's your engine. Single cylinder, 650cc, new designed transmission, which shifts awesome. Like, no more of the trying to get that Can-Am rolling and get it into gear. This is just shift, shift, shift. And you just pop it back in, line everything up, flipped in. This box I really like. You can hold your cheat notes and your accessories. You can get a phone holder and a charger in here, but I didn't bother. This is where my camera goes, and I can pull it in and out. And these, you got 2, 4, 6, 7 27 T27 Torx bolts, and this whole thing comes off. And the console, you see these, you just turn these clips here, this side little thing you push in, and then you can pull this whole console up and out. It's just attached by the one wire for the gauge. You've got your air intake for the clutch box, and you got your air intake for the engine. This is your filter. I want to check this and see if they did anything, if they cleaned it. So they just got 2 clips, and then it pulls right out like that. All right, so this is interesting. This is the kind of stuff that I see being short come. So I've never taken this filter out. I was leaving it for the service. Okay, there's my air filter. It just comes off the pipe. You just put it on. The filter, I got one little leaf in there. This is the pre-filter. Now, that is dirtier than hell. That needs to be cleaned. So I had a talk with the sales guy, and we went over some things and shortcomings, and I'm going to show you this. Engine, air filter, checked off in the green. Good. That is good. That's not good. That needs to be cleaned. The pre-filter needs to be cleaned. They didn't do anything. I'm surprised they even opened the box. So this is the kind of stuff you pay big money to get this service done. 20 hours, 50 hours. And you know, I'm I'm at a loss for stuff like this. I'm at a loss for words. I try and I try. I don't know why I try anymore. You'll notice that I got a nice little scab there because I got hit by a tree. Came right between the visor of the helmet and fortunately I had safety glasses on. Got me right in the forehead. But anyways, I left not a great review for my purchase on this thing. The machine came, the underside of the fenders had splashes of mud all over them, and the machine wasn't clean. It was missing push pins. It was the clamp was loose. We had an issue with that. That was caused water to get in the clutch. So, you know, I give people the benefit of the doubt, but when I see stuff like this, it just makes me, I don't know the word for it. I don't want to upset anybody, but it's tough. It's really tough. But so the review I did, BPR sent me a survey thing, how my purchase went and whatnot, and I was fair. I was truthful, which, like I said, everybody hates. Sorry, but I'm just I'm a little flabbergasted by what I see here. I'll tell you right now, I will not be bringing this machine back for the 50-hour service. I will do it myself. I will record everything. I will use the proper oils, and everything will be done. This kind of stuff makes me wonder if the diff oil was even changed on this machine. I didn't even look to see on the engine oil. I should check that, check the level. This kind of stuff doesn't reflect on BRP Can-Am itself. This reflects on the dealer, the service, the guy that did the service. So anyways, we're gonna get off that subject. So I'm gonna have to retrain my brain now to go on a different venue here. All right, so filter aside, let's get into what the machine is made for, what it's capable of. This machine is work first, trail second, but I'll tell you right now, it's really good on the trails. I love it. It's got enough power for me. The suspension soaks everything up. It just rocks trees. It doesn't sag when I sit on it, and I'm a big guy, so it round corners, it stays really stable and flat. Doesn't lean. You don't have to lean that much. It's really nice handling. The seat is really comfortable. I'm hoping it stays that way forever. I don't know if it'll work in and be not as good later, but we'll see. That's the whole point of this, is the longevity of these machines. It's all fine and dandy. You can get all the high-paid pros out there testing these machines for a day or 2 days or even a week, and it's a brand new machine. It's gonna perform. Any brand new machine will perform. The key is it gonna perform for 6 months, a year? It's still gonna be great 3 years down the road? Who knows? But I will let you know. I'm gonna ride this thing and ride it good. I don't hold back. I take what the trail throws me. I'm not putting this in mud. No, don't get me wrong, I'm a little tiny bit of mud, but I'm not mud bogging with this like I did with the XMR. The 850 was way more powerful than this, but this has got enough power for the trail, enough power to tow stuff. I put a click and go plow on this thing, so I plan to plow. I got some heated grips on order. The handlebar guards, they've done a great job at keeping trees off my hands, whacking my hands, but not so much at whacking in me in the head. The handling is, like I said, with the suspension, everything's really good. Although without the power steering, this base machine does not have the power steering. So sometimes you're Armstrong steering, and if you happen to hit something wrong on the trail, it'll yank that handlebars, almost yank them right out of your hands. But I mean, that's what you expect when you don't have power steering. So if you want power steering, you got to go to the XU model, the step up, I think, or you can go down to the base on the 500. I think has the power steering. But for me, I don't need the power steering. This is great. It works good. So I've been on the ATV scene since 1989 when my dad bought a Honda 350. Been riding. I've ridden Hondas, Kawasaki's, Can-Am's. Side by side, I owned a side by side Maverick 1000, Can-Am XMR 850. If you've seen my channel, you'll see all that. I had the Brute on there for a while, the Brute 650. Tried to get the 750 running. I'm still working on that. Had it up for sale for a while, but I'm going to try and get it running. Possibly use it too. But this is my main go-to. So I've been around these machines for quite a while. I'm a little bit mechanically inclined, getting better at it. Engines not so much. Tearing apart engines I don't do. I know a little bit, but the rest of the stuff I can do. So as for all the plastic connections and everything, that'll be experimenting whether they stand up to the test of time or not. Most of the connections are all plastic. They come off. Like I've showed you, these panels are just that, and they snap off. The side panels have push pin. The other side has one more push pin, and then they just pop off. There's grooves that go in. So this panel here will take a hit from a tree. If you hit a tree and it pops off, so far I've done that once on both sides, and just put it back on again. Pretty simple. I like simplicity. The front diff is unfortunately just a Visco, and I'm pretty sure that they haven't updated the Visco, so we'll see around 3,000 kilometers if the Visco holds up. Like I said, I'm not mudding, so it's not going to be putting a lot of strain on the front diff, so hopefully it'll hold up longer than that. I know on my other machines they all went at 3,000. Had to change them out for a torque locker, but now they have the new locking diffs, but they didn't put it in here because they have to keep the, I understand they have to keep the prices down on these. They're competing with CF Moto and a couple other ones. I did look into a CF Moto, and the price is comparable to this machine, and I like the Can-Am, so I went with the Can-Am since I know the Can-Am, even though this is a totally new machine. Basically the same kind of operation, dependability. So hopefully it is all good. So after the little misadventure with the water getting in the clutch, I took the cases off. I got a video on that. Had a look at the belt. Belt is good. Didn't get any dirty water in the clutch, so everything's good. The clutches are supposed to be redesigned. They tell me that it's a different built. It's a 280/225, and there's only one option for it, and that's a $200 belt. So I bought one spare, and without mudding, the belt should hold up just fine. I'm not putting any undue torque on the machine, so it should be good. Fingers crossed. The single cylinder, that should hold up. I mean, it's basically the same design. They got an aluminum valve cover on it now, so you don't have to worry about the plastic warping like I did on my 850. Well, the plastic valve covers warped, so I had to replace both of them with the aluminum ones aftermarket, and then I never had an issue after that. So as for the little bit of torque pulling loads, not too much. Torque on the engine, speed, all that plays in for factor, but like I said, it's basically just one of the two cylinders. It's a lighter machine. The XMR was 1,000 pounds. This one's just under 700. So quite a bit of difference there. So it should hold up. I don't really have any worries about that. If you look at the front rad in there, it's on an angle. So it's easier to get water to wash through it to clean it up. If you get any kind of puddle splash or anything on it. So that's a redesign. So I'm not getting any kind of payment from Can-Am or endorsement or anything. I'm sure they don't like when I tell them the bad stuff, but so far there really isn't any bad stuff on this machine. It's been a great machine. I think, like I said, maybe five good rides on it, gone over everything, trees, stumps, rocks, water, put it through everything. And so far so good. I'm really loving this machine, and I hope it continues to be that way. Hopefully they'll stick with this model, this design, long enough that there'll be enough parts and stuff kicking around for it, accessories, aftermarket stuff. I know they're already making quite a few accessories and parts for it, so that's a good sign. Alright, for all you speed junkies out there, they're always screaming, what's the top speed? How fast does it go? Well, I've had it up to 92 kilometers an hour. Had a little bit more. You might, if you're lucky, hit 100 kilometers an hour. So you're looking at almost 60 miles an hour. That's plenty fast for me on an ATV now. If you're looking for something super powerful and super fast, this isn't the machine. Like I said, it's a work machine first. Trail machine second, but it does awesome on the trails. Really happy with it. I love the ease of being able to just pop panels off, no problem getting at stuff. So that's all good. So this is the part of the program where I question some of the things that I've been told. I had a service guy phone me and tell me your machine is saying low fuel, you got 1 bar and the light is on, you shouldn't let it go that low because they have issues with the fuel pump. He said you should keep it filled to 1/3 all the time. When you get down to 1/3, you throw your gas in. Well, that doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I'm sorry, it's just, that seems to me that you have a fuel pump that is not performing how it should. That should be a warranty issue. If it's not, it should be. It should be a redesign, maybe a recall. You're telling me that I can only run 2/3 of a fuel tank. I don't know how much gas this holds. Say it holds 15 liters, so you're telling me I can only use 10 liters of that fuel tank? That doesn't make sense. If that's the case, why not have it cut off at 10 liters? Yeah, I don't know. So oh, I can only carry so much fuel. I carry 5 liters, maybe I could carry 10. I go on a long trip, I don't know how long it's going to be. Like the other day we went 172 kilometers. The fuel started getting down. I put the 5 gallons in. By the time we were finished, I was back to that 1 bar. And if that's no good, then what do? Do you stop mid-ride and push it home? Yeah. That doesn't make a lot of sense to me. That's kind of silly. If you got an issue like that, then that's a warranty issue. There should be something in place to cover that. If the fuel pumps get dying, like they told me, they've had last year, they had a whole bunch of fuel pumps dying, overheating because the fuel got too low. That's a design fault. That's not my fault. I'm out there riding, I'm enjoying. I am going to carry so much fuel. I'm not going to carry a 5-gallon can on the back of this thing. So that's my 2 cents worth anyways into that. Okay, like I said, I got basically 600 kilometers on this thing, 24.7 hours. So far so good, everything's really good. That's the startup. Shifts like nothing, like it's great. All right, so I know I'm gonna get asked this, will it wheelie? I don't think it will. I've never really tried. I didn't have it broken in till now, so I'm gonna give her a little try. These tires should pick up nicely on this grass, shouldn't have any spinning. We'll have to do a bounce and go, I'm sure. Yeah, a little bit of wheel spin. The wheels maybe came up off the ground. I'll try it again. I didn't give it a lot of throttle, so. Nope. It doesn't have that quick pickup, so. We'll try it in low. No, that'll just spin the tires, so my official word on wheelies is no go. That's fine. I'm okay with not doing wheelies anymore. It's hard on the front suspension if you come down too hard. So I've got a good load of sod on here. A few hundred pounds anyways. This thing should pull that no problem. I'm just going to run it in high. Can feel it a little bit, but not bad. If I run it in low, no issues at all. So this is going to be a great work machine. Okay, so like I mentioned, I have the click and go plow on here. I had to mount a plate way back under there. Can-Am has their own. You put 2 stubs in each side, and it's a shorter plow. The only reason I went with this one is because I already had this one, so that's why I went with it. So this is going to be a plow machine for the winter. And for leveling out. For leveling out ground, whatnot. So that's what I have planned with the plow. My 24-hour complete review on the 2023 Can-Am Outlander Pro HD7. I would recommend at this point, I would recommend this machine highly. Anybody that loves trails or work with it, it's a great machine. If you're looking for a high speed,
or tons of power, wheelies, not the machine for you.
So yeah, I'm happy with the machine. Thumbs up, great. Gotta do a little maintenance on it still, apparently, but no biggie. I catch these things, you gotta know what to look for. Follow my videos, Rob Farrow ATV, if you wanna see how this thing does in the future. And thanks for watching. Take care.